Welcome, Spark. So what kind of Spark are you? Player? Creator? Or both? The stories yet to be told. The games to be made. Civilizations and societies to be formed. The universe is waiting for you to bring it to life. Now, how do we begin?
And we're live.
Hey!
Hey community, how's it going? Happy Dungeon Day. That's what it is today.
It's every day at work for me.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Happy Dungeon Day! Oh, we should close this so we don't bother the whole rest of the theme.
He's trying to do the actual work.
we ring a really loud bell every time we release stuff, so people have heard lots of loud noises today. They don't need to hear our voices.
Yeah, exactly.
Arts rainbows, shoots marshmallows, and the whole 9 yards.
Cool.
Sounds
Someone
what
made.
I look for on online dating.
God.
Oh my god! All right. Let's start out. Who are we? Who are these people who are talking to you? You have Spark Brian here,
Spark Thomas.
and
Keith.
Mr. Keith. Yeah, not a Spark. He's just Keith.
Yeah, I'm just Keith.
Yeah,
Void Keith. maybe.
Void Keith?
Ooh.
Ooh.
that's.
I am a...
And then we'll be joined by Creation Well BJ soon.
Creation will be...
He gets
Yeah,
he
that's
gets the
his
title
name.
of Creation Well. That's pretty.
So BJ's gonna walk through. Just we have shown off this. This is Dungeon Descent, which I did not snap to grid because I'm silly. This is Dungeon Descent. And it is out now, out today in Project Spark. And I'm just going to place a bunch of stuff because we'll have BJ kind of talk through all the cool stuff with this. Last time we tried to do this, we got way too sidetracked. And it took us over an hour to show off all the props because we'd be like, oh, what does this do? What does that do?
And then we just kept playing with it
Yeah.
Yeah.
constantly, which is
And
pretty
that's the pit trap you guys are gonna fall in when like you get this pack too. 'Cause
Yes.
As soon as I got a hold of these,
I can't wait.
I was just like, all right, well, see you guys later in 8 hours.
Boom.
Yeah.
And
we got Creation World BJ with us. Here, I'm going to switch
Yeah.
seats with you. Yo. We're just placing down props. We're going to show off all the coolness of the whatever 41 props you got in this pack.
Didn't we
And
didn't we already do this?
Yeah, I just want to show like
Oh.
the features of like cool extra, the
Oh,
BJ
yeah.
magic on the props.
Fun. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we already got that tagged perfectly there for Dungeon Descent.
Does this pack have any special effects? I don't think so.
Nope. There was gonna be inside information. There was gonna be 2 effects. They were both going to be like big stone chunk debris, like an omnidirectional explosion and a directional explosion. So if people wanted to like siege things and like blow out the walls, then they could like and have some effects going out. But we were, I believe, we were still wrapping up the Conquer stuff, and they got scoped out. We just focused on the architecture. So yeah, those would have been nice.
But we got the most monster pack we have yet.
Yeah.
Oh, I know exactly what you're doing right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted to show this because some people have been wishing that it came with a little
Round column, right?
round column, and I'm sure you guys have already kind of figured this out. But if in case some people haven't, you can make a round pillar pretty easily. It doesn't have the same art style as the other pillars. Oops. But you can make some pretty cool round pillars for your pack. And then let's pull in let's get it over here. And let's get the other pillar, the basic pillar. Here we go.
These are like the epic pillar. That's like the mega pillar.
Yeah,
That
and
one.
then,
And this is
and
the
then
regular
this
pillar.
one you can just
You can scale it down too, right?
Yeah, scale it down. I didn't glue it in the best place for the pivot, but there's also something cool I want to show you about this making. Oh boy.
Hit the back.
Habit. Yeah, so you can have your little round pillars as well. And then something else that's fun. I love this piece. These handrails are really awesome.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, these are sweet. Oops. Oops.
I think I've heard 3 or 4 people already say that they want to build a medieval Tony Hawk game with these railings and then half pipes.
Yeah.
So there's kind of a question about like broken walls, or that would show like kind of damaged or ruined.
Yes. Believe it or not, there was some of those in the original design. The original design had like some trapdoors and some. We were gonna do some secret walls that like rotate and stuff, but we figured you guys could just code them to just make a wall rotate anyway. And we were gonna do some destructible stuff, but we were kind of holding off on the destructible stuff because we here at Team Dakota really, really, really want to eventually roll out a cool destructible just system where you can like blow stuff up and like anything in the game will just blow up, procedurally, and like that's like been our big dream, and so we've kind of been holding off on some of the destructible state kind of stuff in the hopes that we get to that. We haven't got to it yet. So I know it's a lame excuse for, well, if you don't have it, then give us some walls with cracks on them and stuff like that, or give us some decals so we can put cracks on them. All stuff that we want to do and get to, but yeah, we're listening and we want that too. So keep asking. I forget what I was building here, but let me just scale these up a little bit because the one that I built earlier had 9 in it instead of this one. I'll just go with 4.
I don't even know what you're
Yeah, I am.
So, it doesn't look like anything right now, but
Okay.
I just want to show you. The other one I had look a little better actually. Let's bring these. If you put a couple up here. Oh, I moved those without the. Anyway, you kind of get the idea, and then these make great like cannons for like if you're doing a mech and like. Yeah, you'd want to put it on its arm like.
We should have known.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Robot.
Robot. But these are finally like some really good cylinders for guns and stuff, and you can dress them up. However you want, of course. And then one thing that I love also about this pack is just, of course, this piece, because you can never have enough square platforms. And where's my stair? And this one, this is really fun to just playing with these things. And you take this and put another one and another one. I think it takes 4, and then glue them together real quick. And
they match up perfect.
yeah, and then the other thing, and then what's really nice is just with a few. This is real fun. So we get this here, another one. Another one, and then take this.
Oh, you're building your spiral staircase. Right?
Yeah, and then I'll pull out. And it's not only is it fast, but it's also fun. And then go into actually the add. Oops, and scale this down. Oh, get that magnet off. Scale this down. And then get the moss, and then just with a little bit of love in here, and then
That's what Keith employed a lot for the video.
Yeah, these
Moss.
props,
Moss
and then,
everywhere.
yeah,
they go really well with the moss.
yeah, and
That already was.
yeah, just that little thing right there. I put a little bit of, oops, that's a little too much. A little bit growing over or whatever, but yeah. And that looks, it's so sweet, so simple, so fun.
Oh man, yeah, just like that little piece right there.
Yeah, and we definitely made sure that the, oops, whoa, he's way over here. We definitely made sure that the collision on these steps works really well and lines up to other things that you put on it, so you won't get any hitches when you're crossing over to something else that you snap to it that's flush. I believe that we worked a lot of those kinks out in the castle as well, but I think there's still maybe a couple little hiccups in the castle that we didn't find in time, and so we made a big concerted effort to get that working good. In this.
Yeah. Man, that already looks so cool.
Oh yeah, while I'm here, oops, there's new paints. We have the dungeon wall,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the dungeon floor. Oops, I messed up my moss. Let me go get my moss back there. Where's my... Hello.
Usually I think it's very end maybe?
Oh, there it is.
There you go.
Okay, and then the dungeon. I don't know which one's which.
Calm down there.
So the reason why Thomas is
I'm
so
like,
scared is
Not scared as much as just like shriveling.
we're working on an internal build right now.
Like he's making diamonds.
Oh,
right
there we
now.
go.
Making diamonds, all right, that's the
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, so we're an internal build right now. So there's all sorts of hidden goodies on our internal builds that you're always worried about accidentally leaking.
So every time you see Thomas,
Yeah,
squirm
just watch my
uncomfortably,
just watch my face.
Yeah.
Then there's probably something nearby. This squirmometer.
Thanks for pointing it out to them so they can rewind it and look.
I didn't talk about it.
Well, you might as well have.
Okay.
Anyway, yep. New paint. Good stuff. Yeah. This pack is awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, that looks so beautiful already.
I'm getting out of here for you. Let's go back to here. Maybe I'll just keep it on the dungeon. Yep, new gate.
Yes. The gate's cool thing.
Question in chat, why no Conquer on Windows 10? So there's currently an issue with, if you have Windows 10 and Project Spark, you have an issue with Conquer appearing, and that's because Conquer has a different rating than the rest of our game, something that we're both aware of. This is the Windows 10 preview build for people, so it's a preview build.
Yeah, gate to nowhere.
Gate to nowhere.
So then you just take that nice staircase up and then you glue it and then you just put
Also,
it on top
the
and keep
wall
making it grow.
pieces
Yep.
go awesome.
You get on the magical, you go out here to the Skylanders platform and you ride the Skylanders platform up. And
Nice.
Here, you want to play around while I talk some more about some
Sure.
inside info or history?
Ooh.
So, like, I don't know, yeah. I don't
Well-
know what you guys have said before. Jody telling about how we built this a long time ago as like our
No.
first modular
No, yeah.
test. And
But I know,
Some folks know
it
about
was
it,
built
but-
a long time ago. It was even in alpha, actually, for alpha players. They creators. They
Yep.
created with it.
yeah, so a long time ago, this set used to be our very first modular test, and it didn't have all these pieces. You know, we refined it. It sat on the shelf for quite a while, and then another reason why it kind of sat on the shelf for a while was because we were moving into the kind of the whole story and series progression with the packs and everything, and the stories and stuff that we were crafting. The dungeon, you know, we we had some ideas for getting the dungeon in there, but ultimately it just kind of didn't fit. And then when we look at the pieces, we're like, oh, these pieces need to be redone. They don't have the same graphic fidelity and the texture resolution. They don't work with LODs and all that kind of stuff. So we always knew that there was work. We kind of had to go back to the drawing board with it. We had a little bit of stuff to work with, but all the textures and the geometry has been reworked since we had it, a couple years ago.
That's right, because Project Spark went through a huge visual fidelity upgrade.
Yeah.
Between alpha to release.
Yep, and it used to be called, all these pieces were called cobblestone, and so that's why people would always, in these streams and stuff, they'd be like, "Where's the cobblestone?" Because that's what they were called back in the day, and in alpha and everything.
Did we turn the video settings up?
Oh yeah.
You're all the way up.
Yeah, I remember way back, I think within the first year I was on this project, we had a lot of these pieces in, and I'd made a dungeon with this hellish forge room
I
on
remember
it.
they had you on as Henry and
Yeah.
Oh,
Henry
I remember
Yeah.
that.
to
stream.
show off the troll.
Yeah.
That it was still T-posing at the time.
Yeah,
right?
it was still T-posing at the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they were really mad at me for that. But I've been waiting for these pieces ever since then because I like doing interiors a lot because most of Spark is outdoors and I like doing stuff indoors, like in real life. So I'm gonna buy this as soon as I get home tonight
Yeah.
because I am super jazzed about it.
Oh, you went to intro. Go back to main.
Oops.
There you go. You were on that window.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime I touch this, it just
Yeah.
falls apart. So, sorry guys.
Thankfully, we caught that black screen before things were black
For 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Was that the one that you had the water level?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the water
I
pouring
remember
out
that.
of the sides and rising
Yeah.
up.
That's when I was we were both community members at that time, right?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
that?
you guys weren't on the project yet.
No, I was watching the streams, being like, I want to make that.
I know. Oh my gosh. Because that was the first time I think we saw that you could dynamically change the water actually.
Yeah, that's right.
I want to get some sconces and lanterns in here, but I'm too afraid to take off that tag.
Yeah, well, soon enough we're gonna also jump into something that Keith made for the video. But Keith, you were actually, before we even knew that we'd be using for the video, you just were building stuff with dungeons because you had so much fun with it.
Yeah, on my lunch break, and pretty much anytime after 7 o'clock, I was going crazy, building stuff with these props because, like I said, I've been waiting for them for so long, and I was really excited to get them, and they had such cool shapes to them that I just started, just making stuff because it was a lot of fun, and I wanted to spend my free time doing that.
I remember we had this one meeting where you showed it off to people, and people said, "Oh, is this for the video?" And that's when you first said,
I guess.
Sure, yeah.
And then Mariana was like, "Yep, sure is."
And that's how we made our Dungeon Ascent video.
Yeah, so I'll be taking you guys through. Lining up too well, but that's fine.
Yeah, but you spent a lot of time with actually in the Dungeon Ascent video. You built that video only scratches the surface of what you actually built.
Yeah,
you built a
and-
full chasm.
Yeah, there's there's a courtyard area, a bridge. You guys are. I'll show it to you. I'll show the entire thing to you. Boop. But yeah, I just started building, and oh man, I got that fail. All aboard the fail boat. Whatever, it's cool. And then we can put some lights in here. And
Yeah.
just paint the floor. One of the things I really like using, and you guys will see this in the dungeon video stage. I like using these railings as cool little floor decorations. So you get these, and we'll put them together. Boing, boing, boing. And then when you sink them into the ground with like grid snap on, like make it bigger. They make like cool little floored like areas of interest to kind of break up, like, because if you just had, where we go, let's use this one. So if we paint this entire thing with this texture, it'd look a little barren. Like, until you start adding like barrels and, you know, gold piles and other cool things and that you'd find in dungeons. But it starts breaking up the floor a little bit more. And then the other thing I like to do is inside that, just take the wall paint or whatever, and then paint that in like the center of those, so it breaks it up even more. So you kind of get yourself like a nice little cool little room going. Maybe there's like a boss back here or some treasure chest or something.
Yeah.
That I'm too afraid to go get from the gallery. So we're just gonna have to imagine. You guys are gonna have to imagine it. Use your imaginations on this one. But yeah, so it's really easy to just. The thing I love most about this pack is that because of its modularity, it's complete freeform. You just start building. You can just start building something,
and it builds itself.
Yeah, it just like starts building on top of itself. You're like, oh, that goes cool here, and then here, and then here, and they all fit together, and then you just have something that's cool again.
Yeah.
Like,
and then you take, and one other thing that Keith did in a lot of his stuff, and which is really cool, is like, you know, you build everything kind of at the default scale, and then you take everything, and then you take it either one direction really big, or you reverse it really small. You can take the whole set, make it as small as possible. And then with it, you got your details that you just throw all over the place and make little detail, little talisman-y thingies or whatever you want to do, and wall decorations and pillar decoration, and throw some skulls in there and some bones.
Yeah, skulls. I'm all about the skulls.
This set also, I've made it all like kind of rainbow bright, kind of pink. Colors. What's that cat's name in Lego Movie?
Nyan Cat? Oh, the cat unicorn?
Yeah, the Unikitty.
Yeah.
So I was kind of making like a Unikitty world with like the leprechaun pack with the rainbows, and then I was making like a pink castle, pink and gold castle, and it was looking awesome.
So one thing I like doing, one of the things I wanted personally in this pack that we didn't end up getting was like curved staircases. And you can kind of make your own. So if we take like what I did, and I'll show it to you guys in that dungeon video level, but if you take some stairs and you glue them like together, and then you attach it to a pivot point prop, take this and move it up. And then you can just start kind of, when you go down, rotate it a little. Oh my gosh, that's way too quick. And then you can keep going down and start making like a curved staircase. And this is really rough. But with more precision, you can totally do the same thing. And it'll look a lot better. Ah, my gosh. But yeah, so then you'll start getting like this curved staircase that goes, you know, I made sure I did all the math out to rotate each section by a fixed amount, so it'd go like 90 degrees from like here to down to there and whatnot. So that's one really cool thing you can do with the staircase. And then of course afterwards you have to detach them if you want, or you can just hide them inside other architectures. That way you can get rid of these guys and they just stand on their own. Do you want to continue in here, or do you want me to go into the...
Well, one last thing,
Sure.
really cool thing with the walls. And before that also, BJ, what's the best equip item? What are the best equip items on here? Oh, this is one full blue.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of shields.
That's what I figured.
There's a lot of shields. Go to when you get a chance, go to the library, and then let me take a look in there.
There's no...
Oh yeah, that's really cool. You can single out certain bricks and...
Yeah.
Yeah. So with like the Unikitty castle, I was throwing in some like lavenders and pink and purple, and it was looking really Make a Unikitty wall.
So we got.
Bright pink. Bow.
And then got some yellow, maybe.
And then white just for the other one.
Just white.
Isn't that like? It's like all white. It's like cloud based with
There you
like
go. That
yeah.
looks
Oh my
cool.
gosh.
Yeah, awesome.
Candyland.
Boom, I like the top. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you can go crazy creative with this stuff.
Bro, I heard you like sprinkles on your wall.
Steven Sprinkle, bro.
Oh my god. So what are the things? What are the things that I should try to equip?
Go to the gallery. Let me see.
I want to see curved balcony.
Do the dungeon arch pillar. Yep, keep going. Yeah, like do one of those.
This.
Yeah, sure.
All right, like let's scale this guy down,
So I'm imagining like at the base.
and then.
I think you should be okay.
Yeah, I'll be okay. Can you just
For-
equip?
For brains, we should be okay.
Yeah.
You can hear Thomas's
Spasm.
voice become pinched as he says that we should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Oh,
one.
sword.
Yeah.
Chomp, chomp. Maces are best.
Keith
best
made
weapons.
awesome maces. Yeah, in the video for this
Yeah.
pack,
Yeah.
he's got the shield and the mace, and it's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, this is the blunt animation.
Yeah,
Yep.
Nice.
yeah. A lot of blunts in here because it's all big heavy stone and
Yeah. See, now what somebody needs to do is you're like unarmed or whatever, and then some boss breaks through a dungeon wall, and then you have to pick up one of the ruins.
Or the Kool-Aid Man breaks through the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. There you go. The
Um,
Kool-Aid Man. That would work.
yeah. I've got an in progress stone monster using the troll rig and
Oh,
just
that's cool.
only building stuff in here and
That's
just
cool.
with an invisible troll and just making him all stone.
Apparently,
What's-
Russ Plague's already
Stone
done
Golem.
a dungeon dragon, like out of all the dungeon pieces.
Oh,
he's
yeah?
made a dragon.
Nice.
Yeah,
We
so
should
we'll
check
have to
that out.
check that out.
Let's see. What's a good shield we got here? The gate?
Yes, gate's good for everything. Actually, I think
Does
that it would
that
be a
put
pretty
your shield?
decent shield.
Let's try the gate.
Yeah, flip it upside down.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, actually.
Oh well, no, because I have to attach it to
it-
something.
Yeah, it might actually equip. Oh no.
Nice.
It's a fist weapon. That's cool.
Yeah.
Boom.
Oh yeah, that'd be like a super fence fist.
What? I see a new game, Super Fence Fist.
That was a stretch.
Super fence fist? No, that's the name of the game.
Yeah, if he gives you too much crap, just start threatening to show the gallery.
All right. I think we should probably go and show what Keith has been up to in here, unless BJ there's anything
No,
else.
let's do it.
All right.
Let's see it.
Yeah, nah, that should work.
Let's
Alright.
go. Yeah, I'll.
You'll select it.
Yeah, I will. Dungeon
Don't-
Ascent vid fix.
Don't mess. Just hit play.
Play.
Yeah.
All right.
And
Here you
then I'll
go.
go through edit mode.
Alright, I'm good.
All right, so this is what I was working on during lunch that we ended up using. Yeah, some nice blizzard effects and some snow. I think this is one of my first attempts at trying to put snow on the architecture.
Looks really good.
And so we've got this little exit here. We walk through. I don't know why I collected a coin or where that came from. But so after we walk out of that, we come to like this little courtyard area.
There's that example right there with you doing the railing and the stones.
Oh yeah, the railing in the sun. Oh, that one. Yeah, the pivot's got. Oh, you're
Right
right,
here,
right,
yeah.
right, right. In the ground. And there's another example of kind of taking the stairs and making rounded ones with them.
There you go.
So got that, and this is stuff you didn't see in the video. I made. I just started putting like a tree, like a frozen tree. Made little lines of rope with the rope piece. Made this little guy here,
That looks awesome.
kind of the entrance
Yeah,
to a
that's so
crypt.
cool.
Oh man.
But as you can see, I never ended up finishing it because we never ended up using it. But so we've got that, And then we've got like this entry
I
hallway
love
area.
the blue flames.
Yeah.
The blue and the white and the gray.
Yeah, like I messed around with like a lot of colors, and orange was originally in this area, but I didn't know what to use here, so I was just like, I'm a gator. Let's go with blue. Let's go with orange and blue. And one of the coolest props that I like using are those little what are they called? They've got the little needle on top of them. These dudes right here.
Oh, the decoration.
Yeah, the decoration. Like there's a single one and there's triplets, but I like using the single ones and lining the walls with them because it makes it look a little bit more medieval. Kind of cheated a little bit and put some Arctic stuff in here, so like the icicles.
Yeah.
I'll go up to the gate. I didn't make that traversable yet. And so this is like the entry hallway.
With the moss.
This was a lot of fun to light. So I was going to make some areas up here that you could go through, but I didn't end up finishing them. So we've got this cool little area that is completely unfinished. Then we'll go back down here.
So there's a good example of using the moss.
Yes, yes, the moss. As soon as I saw these pieces, I'm like, I'm using moss with them.
Mm-hmm.
There's no question about that. It looks super good, and one of the ways that you can I like doing this, and I can show you guys when we go into edit mode, is using I use add terrain and then I use the smooth tool to kind of push it back in. So I mess it up real good at first, and then I go back in and create the detail. I got we got a little water pool here. You guys might recognize this from the end of the video with the roar of some unnamed creature that resides down there.
A troll.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is where I put that rounded staircase.
I think it was actually a lizard man.
It's a goblin.
It's a goblin.
Oh, it was a goblin?
Yeah, it's a goblin.
Oh.
Case closed.
But yeah, so this is one of the unfinished areas too. I'll go back up here, and then we'll go back down the other side. I still have one coin. I don't know where it came from. And
Let's
this
make
is
more
going to
of
be
these
used
coins.
for something too.
Look at this. It's so good.
Started making
All that space.
I love
Like
the
huge,
Yeah.
I like that
the
real
beveled on the
cavernous
columns, yeah.
feeling, yeah. And this is originally going to be the area that the guy with the sword and or the mace and the shield that we turned around in, but I didn't want to use another interior shot, so I took him out here.
Oh, there's some coins.
Yeah, there's a pile of coins. Like one of the things I love so much about this pack too is the way light hits off of it. Like it just looks so sweet.
Yeah, that does.
I didn't time factor that guy down to 0, so he's like the statue's moving and stuff.
Oh, whoa.
yeah the bars.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you do that?
I don't remember. I think I'm making them move over a set period of time,
Okay,
like
that was really
north or something like that, and then they were gonna close up because I wanted this to be kind of like a boss area. And so I started making my own little pillars using props from this. The bell, man, you get so much work out of that bell as like a cauldron. But then
That's
I
how you know
started-
it's a geek level upside down bell.
right?
Campfire.
Yeah. And so then, I just made some staircases and.
Yeah, so that's an example of circular staircase type thing.
And there's supposed to be terrain around that and other detail that was in the video, but that's in another stage that I started destroying this one. So let's go to edit mode. And this is kind of what it all looks like.
Wow.
So from the side, got that bridge. I was playing a lot of Bloodborne, and so I like the whole kind of Gothic Victorian feel of some of these pieces. So yeah, let me show you guys what I do with the moss. I remember saying something about that. So let's get rid of it first. Whoop. Just delete all this stuff. So like I said, one of the things I
so
do...
Pretty, though.
One of the things I do is I just start messing it up right away. And just start putting like terrain like everywhere. And then I go in here with like the smooth tool. And I just kind of like... Yeah, it's kind of a slow process sometimes, so when you want to speed it up, you just use the contract, whatever the opposite, expand, erode, yes. Can't think. You don't multitask. And then once you get it to a proper level, then you start like just really erasing it
With smooth.
with smooth, yeah. And
Yeah.
then just kind of let the features of the architecture just kind of bust through. And when you got it to a good point, like, I mean, that looks pretty neat. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Yeah, so you can get rid of a lot of this. And then you go to smooth. And, like, you don't want to go too strong because sometimes you just want, like, a little of these things, like, if you look over to the right-hand side where the sphere is right now, like, you got just a little bit of moss peeking through there. And so it starts looking pretty sweet after a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
And so then when you do that, like, all over the place, it's easy to overdo it. Like, a little moss goes a long way. So, yeah. Let's see, what other cool things did I do? I showed you guys the staircase in the other level. Let's just start ripping this apart.
Yeah,
This is
I
what it
also
looks
like
from
how
behind.
the tall walls, just vaulting up the ceilings, really makes things look amazing.
Yeah.
I now need to do that with my creations. Just vault up those interior ceilings.
So that's how I did
Big
the...
pillars.
Yeah, man, like...
Bigger's better.
Yeah.
Also, it makes a happy camera.
Yeah.
I don't know if these things are... No, they're not glued together because I was moving them around and stuff. Originally, there was a second story up here, but it was... didn't mess around with that. Oh, yeah, I like making
Whoa.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just...
That's more than one prop. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thing's
Yeah.
cool.
This is more than one prop, so...
Stacked arches.
Turn it around here. Unglue. So yeah. So each of those is made up of the half arch plus that one little piece. That little buddy. That guy. I just made, two of them back together. And then when you get your initial archway to the size you want it, and then you duplicate it, shrink it down, and then move it down a little bit, so you get that nice little kind of like out here. Where is it? That little tiered entrance that makes it cool. And then I started taking like the wall pieces and making like little steps out of them.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I did the same thing going up. So I had
Go in there.
go in here.
Yeah, by the gate, and then to the right. Yeah, those little pillars that you have there.
These things?
Yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah, these are.
They're
It's like-
yeah.
Yeah.
Like where you even just
Or you talking about these guys?
yeah.
Yeah, this one of the things I like so much about that prop is that even when you smush them together, they end up making cool like little architecture things that
And
you
don't
might
have
not have thought of.
any Z fighting.
Yeah, and they don't have any Z fighting.
So
What's
for
Z fighting?
exactly.
What's Z fighting? Google. What is Z fighting?
Here, let me
Bing,
Google
what is
that
Z
for you.
No, Bing.
And what
It's when
else?
two surfaces are on the same axis.
I thought this was going to be a birds and
and
bees.
they're like,
Two surfaces love each other a whole lot.
Yeah, but it's basically when, as BJ was saying, it's when two surfaces are the exact same plane, so they don't know which one should be in front of the other one. That's why sometimes when you have two props that are right at the exact same frame, sometimes you might see kind of
You get a flicker.
flickering between the two. Yeah, because they don't know which one should take priority over the other one.
Oh, and then let's see, the shield and the mace. Where were they? They were over here.
Little man. I like the little battle turret thing that.
This thing or?
No, to the left, up there. Yeah,
Oh,
I like
this thing?
that. How that turned out
Yeah.
with the giant spikes.
Yeah, I wanted to do something
just
with
looks
spikes on
good.
like a kind of like a huge scale,
Yeah.
and they scaled up really well. And then they look super sweet when you put like snow on top of them as well. So I went.
That's cool.
The shields went
Yeah.
through a couple different iterations, but ultimately I landed on this one. Oh, and the pivots are messed up. So
There's the
one,
railings again.
yeah, yeah, the railings look really cool. So like,
Actually, with your pivots changed, that actually looks really like a cool design.
yeah, it kind of does. Like, so at one point I was working on this level, and then we decided to change the pivots on like the railing and some of the stone platforms or balconies, and then I went back in here, and everything was crazy looking. Everything was crazy looking. It all looked like hurricanes, and so I had to fix quite a bit of it, and then I stayed in an old build. So this is, see, skulls make everything awesome.
Boom.
That's one thing
Flaming
I
eyeballs.
Again, more of these guys. I really like that guy. That guy's probably one of my MVP props. Just because you can use a lot of it from that perspective, and you can use a lot of it from
Yeah, and we went through a couple different design changes on that one. At one point it was a little fatter on one side, and so when you were shoving it in by default to some other props, it had some unwanted protrusions, and so we went over it a couple more times to kind of thin it out so that it would have less protrusion when you were trying to embed it into other props.
I actually see that, and I keep on thinking, looks kind of like a townhouse. Like you could totally scale it up, just make backdrop houses with it.
Put a door on it. Oh yeah, backdrop houses. Yeah.
Well, the set of three is really nice for that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just like a lot of walls, trim pieces, and you got yourself a pretty sweet looking shield. That was an attempt to make like a big one, but
Or
I
a sweet
stopped
battle
that.
wheel for catapult.
Yeah.
Remember
Oh,
your
yeah,
old
that thing-
catapult.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to go get that and like find that again because I really like that catapult.
Yeah, it was
Like-
fully functioning. I think it was awesome.
Yeah, I
Who made
liked
it?
it.
Keith did.
Oh, what?
It was back during the castle, Keith to the castle days. Keith to the castle.
Yep. I still think we should have called it Keith to the Castle. So this is the mace, and I put like that torch effect on the top. So let's undo all that. And you could probably recognize this from the marketplace image too, Robbie. I had an original version that had one of these columns, like the columns that came with the pack, as the handle. But I thought log with rope duplicated, 8 or 9 times. Had a nice little tapered look to it. Looked like you could hold it in the middle of it. And then I made like the pommel out of more. Oh man, that prop is so good. And a bunch of different.
You have the discs.
Those
Like,
Yeah, the
yeah.
discs.
Yeah.
Makes a nice, cool little grooved look to them. And this is just that curved arch piece duplicated over and over once. 4 times, right? Oops, grab left and right. Yeah. So it's essentially the thing I made the bridge covering out of, just put on top of it.
Yeah, and you can also make some pretty decent just cogs, just like gear cogs with this pack.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's about it. Like, the only other thing was the snow that I was having trouble with, because everything else had, like, all the other paint textures. They had, like, when you use this guy on the side. Oops, turn grid snap off. Like, he's got that rock texture on the side, and so I didn't want that, because when you put that on top of here, you start getting that rock texture and you don't get the nice like side snowy look. So what I ended up doing was using the I think it was this guy, this paint. Yeah, it was that paint, and then I used the Epic Artist pack to tint all the sides white, and I turned off like some emissive, and I turned off a couple other things.
So that's so your snow's dirt.
Like off the yeah, I turned off the scatter as well, and so it looked like snow.
Yeah, it does.
And
I had no idea that was any different. So that's awesome.
Yeah, and this is going to be like a little area that led into.
That's where the dwarves
bottom.
hang out down
That's
there.
where the dwarves, yeah, where they're mining and stuff. But yeah, so I was having fun on lunch break, and then it turned into some
video.
use for the video.
A lot of use.
A lot of use for the video, yeah.
I think 3 of our video shots were here. We're using stuff from here.
Yeah, I think they were. But I wanted to show this because I thought
That
was
thing
cool.
turned out
Yeah,
so
that-
cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah, that's it.
You did a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I also like that. One of my favorite. I guess one of my favorite. shots.
Powdered donut. That's what I was thinking too when he was making the snow. I was like, I'm gonna eat that.
One of my favorite shots that I was hoping we would get to use is when you get down here into this courtyard area. I also like the transition from the snow blowing across the bridge to just falling.
Yeah.
Is turning around and like looking at that, like from the sun. Like one of the reasons I like using the sky is it created like with the lights like a lot of rich colors. Actually, let's do that. I'll show you guys a couple different light skies and how they affect like the color of your dungeon. So evening. So like that's morning. Like I settled on evening. Morning kind of gives it more like bluish glow. Night.
It's like a good water tempo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like
Those are debug ones.
debug ones. Okay, so I can show those.
Well, no, because I think we might have other stuff in there. I'm not
okay.
sure.
Space
I don't. This
Nebula.
is internal. So
That's
I don't
true,
know
that's
what's
true.
been added or what's not been added.
So Space Nebula, that's been added. So
Yeah,
That shipped.
that's
Whoa.
shipped.
Yeah.
It kind of gives it a totally different feel. Let's go in.
There is Martians on the moon.
Yeah, see that now that makes all those lights like a little bit more blown out, which I think they were to begin with, but you know, it's definitely more harsh in this light. So that actually feels kind of cool.
Yeah, it has a whole different like temperature to it.
More ominous, very much more Castle Cainhurst and Bloodborne. That was one of my inspirations.
Pennsylvania too.
That too, yeah.
Do 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 do.
You need to get the Codian skeletons.
Yeah.
The Codian ruined
Yeah.
skeletons in here. Oh man, you can really see that fog effect.
Yeah, just make them invisible, throw some red bones on them, and then there you go.
Yeah, there you
Red
go.
skeletons.
So that's pretty much it for this.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Sold. How much for this pack?
Doesn't matter how much it would be, I would pay it.
Well, BJ.
$100.
That transitions nicely to talking about this is available now for you in the Project Spark Marketplace.
For not $100.
No.
No. So it's on there for if you have premium, it's available for 40,000 credits, and then for tokens, it's 1,000 tokens.
Yeah, 40,000 credits for premium members. It becomes credits for after 30 to 60 days for regular members. Got the introductory period. But anyways,
Sounds like a deal to me.
yeah, it's got a lot of great stuff. We didn't show off the random dungeon generator during this stream because we've shown it off for 2 other streams, but that is a fantastic.
And did you show the kit, the builder kit too, with the little you pull it in and
Yeah.
if you're new to this stream, there's also a little builder kit assembly. One assembly, place it into your world, and then boom, there's already some pre-built kind of structures similar to this, not as high detailed, but you could go into them and just add on to them and make them as cool as these, and then it just makes building your dungeon like that much faster. You can just jump right in and you don't have to pull in each individual piece. You just use that and then just start slapping stuff together and boom, 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 boom. It's like it's real fast dungeon creation.
Yeah. So Keith, you gonna finish up and share this creation eventually?
I can if that's.
People are really excited about it.
Are they?
They're liking the look of this
All
a
right.
lot.
All right.
You built up some hype.
I've got I still need to release the level I've been working on since like this time last year.
Oh, that's yeah.
castle.
The castle,
Oh, yeah.
like kingdom.
Yep.
Oh,
I
we
made like a
showed that
whole
off.
kingdom with like.
Yeah,
we
we
just
showed
showed
that
it
off
off.
stream.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
There was one day we looked at some internal levels.
It
that
was
we
real
can
quick.
show.
We did it quick because we were stepping through a bunch of stuff. But sharing that would be awesome.
Yeah, because like I've got like a whole quest structure and upgrade system in place, and like
Nice.
a couple boss fights,
Yeah.
and there's like a story, and I just need time to work on it.
And people in chatter too are too hard on themselves. We've seen great designs from the community. People are saying, "Oh, Keith's design puts us all to shame. We're not worthy." No, you guys make amazing things.
You guys do make like I get a lot of inspiration from like looking at a lot of your guys' stuff. Like there's just ways of using props that I hadn't thought about before, or terrain, and just like how the heck did they do that? And I'm constantly amazed by what you guys do, and it's a huge inspiration. It keeps me going, makes me want to get better too. So yeah, don't if you guys are being hard on yourselves, don't at all.
Yeah,
I think the next challenge should be like log with rope challenge. Like
Oh my god,
the
log
stuff
with
that
rope
people
is
do
so
with log
good.
with rope is it's crazy.
I
The
remember
log with rope jam.
The
And
log
it's
with rope jam.
Yeah.
I remember making a boat hull with like log with rope like back in the day, and it was terrible because there were so many of those, and like it ate up your prop count. But log with rope MVP.
All right.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and end it there. Really hope you guys enjoy Dungeons 10 as much as we all are enjoying it.
Yeah, favorite pack,
Yeah.
easily,
Hands
easily.
down.
Like I love all the packs we released. Coding Archives was like really high up there for me, and then we got this, and I'm done.
All right, guys. We will be back tomorrow for a Project Spark Plays Your Stuff.
Yeah. That for those who don't know, that's 11 a.m. Pacific time.
And we should probably talk about two other things going on.
Oh, yeah,
we
real
got a
quick.
Creation Jam currently going on where you have to use 10 unique props, 40 total props. Awesome first place prize of you get to make a prop with us. So you get to work with us and come up with a prop that's put in Project Spark. And the second thing is this weekend, starting tomorrow at 10 a.m., we have our awesome double XP weekend where we're
right.
going to be doing double XP, double credits in Project Spark all weekend. Yeah,
I need
so
that.
yeah, so every challenge in Project Spark will be double. So if you have premium, you get 4 times. If you don't, you get 2 times. And it's just for this weekend, and also just for this weekend. Alongside that, we'll be doing a promo of Conquer's Big Green and Play Experience for 1 credit.
Okay.
So both those together just this weekend. Make sure you are here this weekend and take advantage of both of those because come Monday morning, it's kaput. Yeah. All right, that'll do it for us.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Take it easy, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.